Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's 345 days until Christmas 2024. Dropped something in the floor just before we went live, and making sure the dog doesn't decide. Okay, well, Din Djarin may have lost a gun. We'll make sure the dog, hey, drop it. Go on, shoot. All right, hey, we've got 345 days until Christmas 2024. Oh, Matt Risman, always you count on Matt to always come in and give us a topic to discuss. So this is not an IMBO song. You know, some news came out yesterday about a leak about the Mando Grogu movie and this guy IMBO. Now, the vast majority of Star Wars fans have no idea who you're talking about when you say IMBO, right? They don't know. I'm just being straight with you. We had a members supporters meeting yesterday, and we were talking about some of these leaks that may come out, and this was one of the ones that we were talking about. And I was telling folks that we were going to that there were some rumors out there, some leaks that hadn't yet been published, and sure enough, right after our call, this came out, and at least one of the persons who was on the call was like, I have no idea who that is. Right? I have no idea who IMBO is. He's a bounty hunter, is the short of it. And the Rey, not the Rey movie. I see Nick's in here poking the bear. Nick's in here poking the bear. Yeah, I can't say I remember no IMBO. The Mando Grogu movie. And this is Ben, this is some of my fears. It says I think the most important thing to remember in these times is to overreact as much as possible about a movie that's not coming out, you know, for another year and a half. Right? And I was chatting with Matt about it just a little bit yesterday. And my concern is that the Lucasfilm won't get in front of the story, and they'll let this just run amok. Because, you know, that's what we do on social media. We just run amok. Woo! Things are going on, and we just make up whatever we want to, and we react however we want to. There's fits, and we make up stories, and then we tell stories on the stories, and we make up stories about those stories, and then we just keep going, right? And the any relation to the truth is long, long gone. And this story about IMBO being the main villain of the Mando Grogu movie, people are like, what? The what? I don't even know who this is. Whatever happened to Thrawn? I thought Thrawn was the main villain of the you know, Mandoverse. What's going on out there? Does anybody know what's going on? Who's in charge of this place? I need to talk to the manager. So There's at Skywalker's Academy. Good to see you as well, my friend. I saw Star Wars Fits in the chat. We've got folks here hanging out. It's all the love. I know, Nick. We're good for it. Yeah. Terrible show. Terrible show. So, look, from what I understand, Embo is a bit of a I know more, but I can't share. That's not my story to tell, right? It's not my story to tell. But the gist of it is that Embo is after Stinky, right? That much has been revealed out there. The question that people should be asking is, who hired Embo to get Stinky? Why do they want him? And when I say Stinky, I mean Rada the Hutt, right? Why is he after Rada the Hutt? What's the reason? And who hired him to do it? What's Rada have that somebody else needs? Or maybe more than one person needs, right? More than one group needs, right? What if what is the thing? We don't know, right? At this point, all you've been told is that Embo's the main villain of the Mando Grogu movie. Well, main villain in what sense? In what context? And what's the story? That's not in there. Fitz says Rada is heir to Jabba's fortune. Oh, do people need money? Is that what they're after? Power? Influence? What are they after? Let's wait for the story to come out, right? And there's no reason to get too extra excited about it. Matt Risman, they're after Rada's blood that somehow Palpatine returns. Yeah, it's actually, if you watch the Bad Batch, and you know that it's Omega, her blood has special attributes that perhaps could be useful to Palpatine in his cloning project. Well, maybe it's just Rada's blood. So there's maybe that. Ben, people are overlooking the Shadow Council involved with the movie. Harloff got everyone stirred up, trying to imply this was a Clone Wars episode. Not to throw shade, but people overreact. Yeah, Ben, that's the thing. Why try to put any context, right? Why try to engage a little gray matter to figure things out? Let's just overreact, right? Right, everybody overreact, right? That's all we do. The internet, interneting. That's what it does. Just, everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. Oh my goodness. Hey, hello, Brandon. Good to see you. If we're here, so there. I talked about the Embo thing. Have we talked about it enough? Probably not. Right? There's probably more to talk about. Yeah. You guys can see Peanut right there. Peanut's very excited to be. Yep, she's excited to be part of the conversation. Yep, hanging out. You want to come visit? Huh? All right. Peanut wants to come visit. You want to get closer? Say hi to everybody. Hello, everybody. Yeah. Yeah. Now what? Now where are you going? I don't know. You want to look in there? What's in there? Yep. All right. So here, have a seat. There you go. Hang out there. You want to talk about the Skeleton Crew? Are we ready to talk about the Skeleton Crew? Just another reminder before we get into that. The folks in Southern California going through the fires, it looks like we're not close yet to the finale of the event going on in Southern California. Those fires may get stronger and cause a lot more damage before it's over. We have checked with several people related to the channel. So far, everyone's doing well. We had a chat last week with Jedi Mike, who the fires are extremely close to, but Mike's not yet been impacted. Here, you ready to go back? Yeah, here. All right. Mike's doing fine. Mike's okay. The fires are way too close, but so far, Mike's okay. I chatted with Jason Ward yesterday. Jason is he's doing fine. He's still working. He's still teaching. The school that he's working is still in session. Those folks are doing okay, right? Junior Tangles, the bird is CGI. It's a CGI bird. No, it's real. It's real. Jason's doing fine. I chatted with him briefly yesterday. He was working and life is good. I've got other friends, coworkers, people I've worked for and with who live in Southern California. So far, everyone's well. Nerd Mafia, hello. Good to see you. Skywalker's Academy. I missed the meeting yesterday. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And Junior Jangles, good to see you. Welcome to the show. Welcome. All right. So let's talk about the Skeleton Crew. There are some things to discuss. And just so you guys know, if you hear Peanut say apple, that's her word for food. She wants food. She's begging. She wants, she's already had her meals. She's good. KG, hello. Welcome. Good to see you. Well, Brave Expanse, YouTube just fed me this channel. Thank you. What's the overall focus of the channel? I like the bird. The overall focus of the channel, Brave Expanse, thanks for asking, is Star Wars. I am a real bearded Santa. I portray Santa Claus in November and December. I was born in 1967. Saw Star Wars live in theaters 1977. Been in love with this franchise ever since. Me personally, I'm an OT guy. I'm an original trilogy guy. The prequels kind of broke me. I'm still not a fan. My least favorite Star Wars movie of all is Attack of the Clones. It's at the bottom of the list of movies for me personally, and I like the sequels a good bit. They're not without their flaws, but I enjoy them. I enjoy them more than the prequels. So that's me. We talk about Star Wars here. I've got some friends in the Star Wars community that we talk about things. So there's that. And Matt Risman, poking the bear again. I've read a lot of Star Wars novels. I've read a lot of legends and canon novels. And the Plagueis novel baffles me. I do not understand why so many people love it. I don't. I've read it. I've gone through it. I've broken it down. Don't care for it. Don't care for it. But we're gonna look at the Skeleton Crew. We're gonna look at the Skeleton Crew for tonight's episode. There's some. No, it's not, Matt. No, we're gonna take a look at our predictions. And every week we do a predictions game, and for when there's a new show coming out, and anyone can play. Anyone can play. There's 10 questions. You answer the questions, and no, Nerd Mafia, no. You answer the questions. If you get as many questions correct as me, you can make it onto the Wall of Fame, and your name can appear in the list below. Just like Baymax here, and Brett, Brian, Daniel, Darth Winnie, Ducky Momo, KG, and others. You'll see their names going by here. The Wall of Fame. These are for episode 7. They were able to get as many correct as I did, and then There's Matt Risman. Matt Risman made the list. Mike Yaney made the list. Mumbo Jimbo, good friend of the channel, Mumbo Jimbo. And then the list continues because Santa only got 3 questions right out of 10 last week. It's a fail. I did poorly. I did really poorly, but it goes on. Nerd Mafia made it onto the Wall of Fame. RF Gaming Channel for episode 7. Skywalker's Academy right there on the Wall of Fame. Star Wars Fits. Star Wars Politics, Thrawn Kill. That's our Wall of Fame. And you can make it on there just by submitting your predictions. The link to the predictions can be found in the description of this video, as well as I've posted it to Twitter, I've posted it to Facebook, I've posted it to Patreon, I have posted it to YouTube. So you can find the link in all of those places, as well as Discord, where we hang out every single day. So every single weekday, I should say. So there you go. And if you play the game, the game's free. Anybody can play. You don't have to subscribe to the channel. You don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a supporter. You can play the game. And if you play every week and you're able to keep up or beat Santa, you can get some free Star Wars Santa merch. Like this cool water bottle right here, right? It's a metal, ding, 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 right? You can get a water bottle. Or a mug. We've got a, hold on. Here it is. Look, there's a mug. You can get a mug. You can get a water bottle. You can get a cap, a ball cap, maybe a hoodie, whatever it is. I will buy it for you. I'll ship it to you and free. There, again, no, you don't have to be a member. You don't have to be a supporter. You don't have to subscribe to the channel. You can play the game. And you see our leaderboard right now. Brett Phillips at the top. I'm not able to catch him. There's no way. Santa's got 52 points. Even if Brett were not to play and I were to get 10 points, couldn't catch him. Right? You see, Nerd Mafia, KG, Skywalker's Academy, Matt Risman, Mumbo Jumbo, Star Wars Politics, and Brian Stone, all on the season leaderboard, all in the running for some Star Wars Santa merch. So if you guys are able to keep up and stay ahead of me, I will buy you merch and have it shipped to you. So that's what we're doing here today. That's what's going on. Let me get caught up with the chat. I fell behind. I fell behind. Let's see. There we go. Made it. It's a safe space for Star Wars fans. That's right, Brian. So that's the other thing is I generally try to take the thumper rule, right? If you can't say something nice, then don't say nothing at all. There's a good bit of stuff that I don't like, I complain about, but I try to keep the focus generally positive. I'm not going to just like break things every day. I'm not going to be complaining every day. I don't have time for that in my life, right? I'm very positive. The Princess and the Scoundrel. Again, another book I did not like. I did not like. This week it's going to be different. We have different questions. Jamie, hello. Good to see you. Thanks for joining today's show. Brave Expanse, thanks. Welcome. Hang out for a while. Thanks so much. No, not a Notre Dame fan. I'm a Buckeyes fan. By the way, Friday's game, fantastic. Now our Buckeyes get to go down and hang out in Atlanta, Georgia. Another place that I don't like, but I've gone through Atlanta several times. Not a fan. But our Buckeyes are going to be down there next Monday, going for the NCAA football, the college football championship game. Going to play against those Fighting Irish. Brian Stone's headed back to work. Let's see who else. Skywalker's Academy says I've got a couple of hats and a hoodie. Yeah, because Dale's always in there. He's playing right along. He's involved. And you know what? The guy loves to be an instigator. He's not much better than Matt Risman. Instigating, just giving Santa a hard time. It's good fun. Santa fell. Can he get up? Well, that's a good question. Can I make up a time? Can I reduce that leaderboard? How broke am I going to go buying merch for everybody and having it shipped? Streamlabs isn't cheap. They charge me a lot for this stuff that they make. No, I will not be wearing gold and blue. It's not happening. Not happening. Yeah, Nerd Mafia. I'm really warming up to the idea of Marcus Freeman as the Bears head coach. You know, get those Buckeye coaches. We had one go to New England. You guys lost out on him this week. Now maybe Marcus Freeman could leave Notre Dame and go just down the road, right? It's not a far drive from South Bend, where not South Bend, from from Notre Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame's in South Bend, right? South Bend, Indiana. It's not a long drive from there to Chicago. You can do it. All right. So here we go. We're going to get into the predictions. And there's a couple of things that I would like to cover with you guys. There's two pictures that I want to discuss as we get it ready to go. This first picture here, you see them riding speeder bikes. And there's some red back here in the background. I believe that they're coming under fire. And these are explosions that they're driving by. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like little explosions as they're riding through. We've got the four here making it right. KB, Fern's, Neil's dad, Wim, and Neil. And if you take a look at here, they've got their walkie-talkies. Neil and Fern with their not Fern. This is Wim, right? Wim and Neil. They've got their walkie-talkies in hand, and they're making their way on speeder bike. They're in a hurry to get somewhere. Where are they going? Here they go. They're in a hurry. We also have this scene. Here you got Wim still holding that walkie-talkie, still wearing the same outfit, right? He's kind of got this purplish outfit underneath the jacket. Same thing here. You can kind of see this purplish outfit underneath the jacket. So apparently we split off. We're going to get Wim and KB going off in one direction, and Neil and Wim's dad going Neil and his dad going the other direction. Strike that. Got it wrong. Neil's dad and Wim going off in a different direction. This is going into let's see. Best part, I have no clue where it's headed. Well, we're gonna speculate. We're gonna try to speculate responsibly. Wait, Wim nearing the jammies on the speeder bike. It looks the same to me. Guaranteed to be better than the Skittle Bike gang chase. You're not wrong, KG. You're not wrong. We're talking about the Book of Boba Fett, the mod gang. Yeah, it looks to me like he's got this purple pantsuit on underneath the jacket. It looks like the same purple outfit here. And if we increase the magnification here, you can see he's got pants with a shirt, matching shirt, and this jacket. They look to be about the same as we see here with the shirt, pants, jacket. I think this is the same outfit. So Wim and Neil's dad, Wim. I'll get it. I pay no attention. Wim and his dad go one direction, right? And they meet up with Fern and her mom, right? We have these folks here together. Then apparently Neil and KB reestablished their relationship already, right? We established these two together. They are going a different direction. Yeah, Wim and his dad, right? Meg's here. Hello, Meg. Oh, my good friend Star Wars Meg in the chat. Thank you so much for joining, my friend. My favorite American dad character is Haley. This is definitely nothing to do with Skeleton Crew and isn't cryptic. Meg, I love you so much. She's great. So they're going to split off. Wim and his dad going one way. Neil, KB going the other way, and they're splitting. I suspect, and this has been speculated before, that Neil, he saw that big old gun at Akron. And I suspect that whoever's shooting at him here, he's going to take KB, and the two of them are going to go to the school, and they're going to find that great big gun on top of the school and shoot back. Right? We're going to talk about that a little bit. And then we've got this supervisor's office, straight from the Wizard of Oz. It's the same setup where they're looking at the guy behind the curtain right here, and they're looking at who is this supervisor. They're in the supervisor's office, and I know a guy who loves Star Wars, Mike. He's convinced that this is hyperspace out here, and he's just wrong. These are clouds. This is outside. But they're in the supervisor's office here. They're looking up at the supervisor, and who do we suspect that supervisor is? Okay, so we're gonna talk about that a little bit as we work our way through the predictions. And I've got the predictions up here. We changed the format just a little bit. Now it's multiple choice, so we'll go through this together. And I want to know what you all think. By the way, submit your predictions. We'll see how these all go. To answer these questions, all you do is you let us know who you are. So yeah, I'll just put this here. Star Wars Santa. Meg says, if the supervisor is Neil's dad, we better get a figure of him. I don't think it is him. I've heard the speculation. It could be him. I'm not saying it's not, but we don't know, do we? We'll see. So here you go. Pew pew, right? Pew pew. You say that, Peanut, right? Someone gets shot with a blaster. So the answers are yes. Somebody's going to get shot non-lethal. Somebody's going to get injured, and then yes, lethal. So Meg says, imagine if Stephen Fry voiced Neil's dad, and he's been going around telling everyone, I voiced an elephant on Star Wars. Imagine if he did that. Imagine. Could you imagine? I don't know. So do we think somebody's going to get shot non-lethal? If you look at your answers coming in, right here, the folks who have answered so far, we have 78% of you saying, yes, somebody's going to get shot non-lethal, and 89% of you saying, yeah, somebody's going to get killed with a blaster shot. I'm going to go with both. I'm going to say, yes, somebody's going to not die getting shot. And yes, somebody is going to die getting shot. Most likely a citizen of Aten, perhaps even a pirate. Lightsabers and the Force. You talk about Star Wars. We have lightsabers in the Force. Yeah, Meg says, on a serious note, isn't it weird that Neil's dad has such an important job that he's never present with the other parents, apart from that one hologram? Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either, right? If his name was Lee, I'd say, hey, Lee. Meg, you're hilarious. By the way, Meg, did you see the DM I sent you on Discord? Yeah, check it out. Lightsabers in the Force. The Force, things that count. So is somebody going to use the Force in an observable way? Or is somebody going to use the Force in this episode? Is Jod going to use the Force, right? A Force push, a Force choke, Force jump, Force lightning, Force ghost, deflecting that blaster bolts. By the way, there's this huge question about who is this Nina Nawood lady? Are we going to get the flashback to Jod's childhood? We're going to learn where he came from, why he uses the Force, and who this other Nawood character is. Is that going to be in this episode? And if we do, are we going to see that character using the Force? So I'm going to say Jod is going to use the Force. Jod is going to use his lightsaber. And someone else is also going to use a lightsaber. We may see it in a flashback scene to this Nina Nawood person, which I believe was maybe his Jedi master when he was a youngling or a Padawan. And I think the Jod Nawood, I think that's not likely his real name. He's using it because she was killed in Order 66, and he uses that as a kind of a tribute to her. Just my own speculation. I have nothing to hang that hat on at all. So that's just my speculation. I'm going to say someone else is going to use a lightsaber. We could see his Jedi master using the Force in the flashback as well, but I'm gonna say no. The Skywalker's Academy, is it a concubine? No concubines. We only had that on the pirates, area there. There be pirates, yar, right? This is a question about the Skywalker's Academy. Nina Nawood was the concubine. No, I don't think so. Markland, I will say force piloting counts. No, because people make this argument that Han Solo used the Force when he was flying the Millennium Falcon. Do we have any proof that Han Solo used the Force when he was flying the Millennium Falcon? Who can absolutely say that that's using the Force? Not going to say no. I say no. Too much interpretation left there, right? Seth says, I think the supervisor is just another droid. Yeah, we're going to get to that question in a second. So do you think the pirates are going to cross the barrier? Are they going to stay out in space? They can't get through the barrier? Are they going to cross? There's a good point made that the parents, they send up that they sent out the communication satellite, and it had in it a chip to allow it to cross through the barrier. So if that crossed through the barrier, that buoy, right? That buoy made its way through, and they were to take the key from it, they could go back through it using that key. That's the theory, right? I believe when the creators say there was no big cameos, Hondo would not even be a big cameo. And they specifically said he's not in it. Yeah, I agree. I don't think Hondo's in it. Meg says there likely is no supervisor anymore. Maybe we'll talk about the supervisor here in a second. So there be pirates. Are they going to cross the border or not? Something's shooting, right? We go back to this picture. Something is shooting. What's shooting? What's shooting at them? Why are they being shot at? I think it's pirates. So the pirates are going to cross the barrier. Is the gun at the school going to shoot at them? I think that's why Neil, I think that's why Neil and KB are going to split off from Wim and his dad. I think they're going to go to the school to shoot back at the pirates. So the pirates cross through the barrier and the gun at the school shoots back at them. That's my guess. That's my best guess. The next one is the pirates cross through the barrier and they land unopposed. Now, one point with this, with these multiple choices, each wrong loses you a point. So, like, for example, if I was like not sure, the pirates are going to cross the barrier, or they're not going to cross through the barrier. I don't know. Well, if one of these happens and not the other, I get a point for one and I lose a point for the other. Right? So, yeah, Wim's the gunner. I think Wim is the gunner. Yeah. All I'll say is that remember that tonight has to connect Skeleton Crew. Well, we're going to get there in a second too, Meg. We're going to get there in a second. So I think they are going to get there and they're going to be shot at. This says the pirates cross through the barrier and lay waste to the city. We'll see here. They're definitely shooting at the city. My opinion. Who's shooting at the city? I think the pirates are. So what I'm going to guess is both of these. Oh, and I haven't been keeping up with your answers. You guys, those who have submitted, say Jod is going to use the Force. He is going to use his lightsaber. 22% say someone else is going to use his lightsaber or a lightsaber. And someone else lights a lightsaber, 22%. Okay, Meg, let's chat. There be pirates. 44% of you say no, they're not going to cross the barrier. Another 44% say yes. 1% say they're going to land 11% say they're going to land unopposed, and 11% they're going to lay waste. So I'm going with they are going to cross and they're going to lay waste to the city. Who's the supervisor? Here's our question. Who is the supervisor? You can see your responses. 44% say a droid. A droid's going to be the supervisor. Captain Renaud, 11%. I think he's dead. Meg has made a really good argument of this as well. I think Captain Renaud's dead. He's been dead. He's not there. Because we know he's a Weequay, right? Captain Renaud's a Weequay. He's not some species that lives 1,000 years. He's dead. Jedi survivor of Order 66. They went to Aten because it's a hidden planet. It's a good place to hide. If somebody's trying to kill you, you want to go somewhere where you can hide? Your good place to hide would be at Aten. If you knew where it was, you go ahead. Jamie, very much a one-eyed Willie analog. He's dead. I agree with you. If the supervisor is Mace Windu, Skeleton Crew becomes the best Star Wars under Disney. Sorry, I don't make the rules. Look, I'm with you, Meg. I'm 100% with you on that one. So somebody's saying it could be a survivor of Order 66, a long living species, even, right? Maybe. I'm thinking about poking the bear. I see Meg in the chat, and I know Meg's feelings about the Acolyte and just how much she enjoyed that show. So part of me wants to say it's Vernestra Rowe. Vernestra Rowe is the supervisor. Jedi Order Survivor Order 66. None of the above. It's none of these people. Or there is no supervisor, right? They've been abandoned. Or a Jedi from the High Republic. So these are the answers, right? Who do you think it is? A droid, a member. I think it's a droid. Something's in there just running things. We know there's something portraying itself as a supervisor. We saw it in episode 7. It says, "This is the supervisor speaking. Make way for the ship to land," right? That kind of thing. We know somebody's in there or something is in there. I think whatever that is a droid. That's my best guess. It could be one of these other answers. Certainly a citizen of Aten, like maybe Neil's dad. It could be Neil's dad. It's not impossible by any means. Absolutely could be. But I think it's a droid. A cameo from a named character. Now, this is where we open up a little can of worms. Because is it going to connect to the wider Mandalorian universe? And let me just bring up a couple possibilities that I think are very possible, right? KG, the supervisor's Ki-Adi-Mundi. There you go. They go to the tower to celebrate his birthday. Fantastic. Santa, the Shadow Council is Thrawn's cronies. As the Joker would say, just for chaos. How about Kathleen Kennedy, the supervisor? Would love social media with that, right? Meg, if Vernestra Rowe is somehow alive hundreds of years later, I don't make the rules. I love you so much. Thrawn. So let's talk about some things. First of all, X-Wing pilots have been in the episode or in this series a couple of times already. We've already seen these New Republic X-Wings um, flying about, right? And they're chasing these pirates about, and these pirates are there. They very well could chase the pirates and engage in battle with them above the planet of Aten. We could very possibly see Carson Teva, Trapper Wolf, and I don't know the other pilot names, but the other directors, right? Famu Yua and Deborah Chow. Those are possible, right? Meg says Mary Elizabeth Winstead visited the set. Maybe Hera got the parents' message. So that raises other questions. So X-Wing pilots, they're chasing them about. Another thing just to take into consideration, this series, I haven't heard anybody mention it for a long time. This series was filmed at the same time across the parking lot from Ahsoka. You know who's in Ahsoka? The blue dude who said he wasn't in there? Yeah, he was in there. Thrawn. Thrawn is in Ahsoka. Straight across the parking lot from Skeleton Crew, where they were filming concurrently. Ahsoka Season 1 and Skeleton Crew. How hard would it be to put a blue dude on a golf cart and or right across the parking lot and shoot some other scenes for Skeleton Crew? Well, it's a good thing they're able to use the budget from Ahsoka to do that, Meg. Yeah. What if it is Thrawn? How hard would it be to just pop on over? How hard would it be? Ay. Part of me wants to say none of the above. I would love to see Hondo Ohnaka. He's not in it. I would love to see Maz Kanata just because some people would lose their minds. She's not in it. I would love Din Djarin and Din Grogu to set up the Mando Grogu movie starring Embo. No. Yeah, didn't some fans work out that Aten is right next door to Dathomir? It's in the same neighborhood. Yeah, they attend the same PTA meetings. Yeah. For those of you who aren't here, those are parent-teacher associations. So it's where parents get together and they go to school board meetings. PTA. It's a joke. The chance of Thrawn appearing as a cameo is very near 0%. Very near 0%. They're neighboring planets. The show connects. I feel it will only be loosely. Dathomir's in the neighborhood. What? The Great Karens. Yes. Dathomir neighborhood watch, the Great Karens. Yeah. Would we see Thrawn? It'd be easy for him to make a trip across to shoot a scene over there. Depends how you think this is going to play out. It really does depend how you think it's going to play out. And it goes to one of the later questions. I'm going to say if anybody shows up, it's going to be these X-Wing pilots. They've been in 2 episodes already. They could be in the third one, right? I'm going to go with X-Wing pilots. Thrawn, I'm not going with that. I agree with Matt. I think it's approaching 0, not 0, but approaching 0. And it goes into a question coming up here in a little bit. Star Wars lingo. Are we going to hear a quote, "May the Force be with you," or "It's a trap"? We heard "I've got a bad," but it didn't make its way all the way, right? Are we going to get a Star Wars quote? "It's a trap." May the Force be with you. Something like that. I don't think so. Matt, Boba's going to appear riding the mythosaur. really wish this came out before Ahsoka so they could do a second season before the kids are adults. Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, they're grown, right? Meg says, I expect crazy cameos these days. How many can honestly say we expected Luke, Ahsoka, Luke's childhood friends in the Book of Boba Fett? Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So maybe you want to answer in here somebody other. I just don't know. I don't know. My best feeling is X-Wing pilots. They've been in 2 episodes already. We get a 3rd episode. Why not Carson Teva? Why not? The guy who needs we talked about it Friday about your March Madness vintage collection figure brackets. If Carson Teva is not on your bracket, you're wrong. He needs to have He needs to have a TVC figure, and if he's not on your bracket, you're wrong. You go at him. Take somebody else off. You hear me, Maybacks? If he's not on your list, take somebody off. You replace it with Carson Teva, right? Yeah, Carson Teva is the go-to for all things Mando. So yes, I would love that. And Han Solo would fit 100%. He would fit. But this is for points, and the points count. So, what are you going to do? I don't think we're going to get a full quote. I'm going to say slang. Somebody's going to say a slang term. They made a TVC of Lieutenant Callahan, who had 2 seconds screen time, right? It's not equitable at all. So I am going with Star Wars slang. Somebody's going to say something like wizard or something of that effect. Jod's redemption. Is Jod going to be redeemed? Is Jod a good guy at heart with just some hard edges, having to grow up on the streets, figuring out his way amongst the pirates of the world? Matt Tween, hello, happy New Year! Congratulations on your victory against my Vols. Yes, Matt Tween, that was a decisive victory. Tennessee fans just had to make the drive home in silence, right? All the way across Kentucky, just not saying a word. Yeah, you might hear a little from time to time. Other than that, yeah, no talking. Good to see you, Matt Tween. Yeah, I have a bad. Doesn't count. No, it doesn't. You don't know. I mean, we think we know, but we don't know. They have to say it. You have to say it. So is Jod a good guy at heart with just some rough edges? He's rough around the edges. What's Jod's story? Are we going to find out he was a former Padawan youngling? He had a Jedi Master, Order 66. He's a survivor. He's been making his way in the universe. Just a simple man making his way through the universe. Maybe that's the quote we'll get. Maybe Jod will say, I'm just a simple man trying to make my way through the galaxy. Right? I don't know. So I'm going to say Jod is partially redeemed and survives. He's not fully a good guy. He's a pirate. But he shows some compassion and he helps the kids in some way. That's my answer. That's my answer. I don't think he's fully redeemed. He's not. I was talking about this in our show, in our supporters meeting yesterday. It's almost like they set up Jod to be the Han Solo of this story, right? Han Solo in A New Hope, he was just for himself, right? He's not part of the rebellion, right? He comes in at the end, saves the day, but he's still not affiliated with them, right? He's like, no, not me. When we get to Empire Strikes Back, then he's a general, part of the good guys. Is Jod a Han Solo? To this point, he's like Han in A New Hope. He's around, but he's still a scoundrel, right? Or is it is that the deal? I say no. I think he may be partially. I think he is a good guy at heart, but rough around the edges. I don't think he's going to become a Han Solo, join the the new republic and fight for good. I don't think he's going to become the new supervisor on Aten and lead the planet as a monarch of some sort. I don't think that's happening. So Jamie said he's a Return of the Sith Anakin at this point. You're not wrong. So that's the deal. At Aten. So this goes back to the question before about the pirates making their way in and what's going to happen. Is At Aten going to remain a hidden jewel of the Republic? Is it going to be revealed? Like they made their way to the, did you say return? Oh, I did say, Meg, just tell you guys, there's something going on right now around here, and my head's not 100% with us. My dad had to put his dog down today. He was 16 years old. Stubby, he's part Chihuahua, 16 years old. My wife and my daughter took Stubby to the vet to be put down, and they just got home. So that was my daughter trying to call me. My wife just walked in the door. So things are happening. So it's just one of those days, right? One of those days as a pet owner. Yeah. So did I say return? Revenge of the Sith? Yeah. So is At Aten going to remain hidden? Like the pirates made their way to the outside, but nobody makes it out. Nobody makes it in, and we stay where we are. Jod stays inside. The pirates don't make it inside, and nobody learns. Or maybe the pirates make it in, but they don't make it out, and it still remains hidden. It's a jewel. After the show's over, At Aten goes back to primarily being what it was before. Some changes, but primarily what it was before. Is At Aten going to remain hidden? Second, the secret's out. The location is known. We did have the pirates show up. If other people show up, is that what's going to happen? So we have to see. Hold on one second. Uh-oh. My kid's stuck. So we're going to wrap this up real fast. I'm going to say the secret. I'm going to say it remains hidden. Death of a named character. Is somebody going to die? Main character die? I say no. What happens to Smee? Is Smee going to be brought back? Is he going to not be repaired? We don't know. I am going to go with his head's reattached and he's brought back to life. Right? Okay. I have to go. I'm sorry. My daughter just got stuck. We have snow here and she slipped off the driveway. So I see you guys. I appreciate you being here. I'm so sorry that we have to end so abruptly, but I hope you all have a wonderful day. We have a Mike Porter dad joke. Real quick, the Mike Porter dad joke says, why do dark side users seem mean? Well, that's because they're very forceful. Thank you, Mike Porter, for that. Again, folks, sorry, I've got to go. Got to take care of family. Hope to see you guys tomorrow. Looking forward to the episode tonight. We'll break it down tomorrow. Meg, stay in touch. I want to talk to you. So we'll talk to you later if you're available. For the rest of you, I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, my friends, Merry Christmas. And may the force be with you always. Bye-bye.